Well, hello, everybody. I hope you guys can hear me. Welcome. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me because we are doing something different during this live podcast. So please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me because I am not doing this live podcast on my laptop. I'm actually doing this live podcast on my iPad because my laptop is kaput. It decided to go on strike. It decided to join the writers in Hollywood and go on strike. So please give me a thumbs up to let me know that you can hear me. And welcome everybody to Sussex Talk. And welcome to the channel, Megan, Duchess of Advocacy. Okay, so I see thumbs up in the chat, so that lets me know that you guys can hear me. Again, this live podcast is going to be a little different because I am doing this on my iPad, and this is the first time that I've ever done this on my iPad. So the visuals are going to be lacking during this live podcast. So again, welcome. I see you guys in the chat. And for those of you who are not in the chat and you're just listening, welcome to you as well. If this is the first time that you are joining us here on Megan, Duchess of Advocacy World Podcast, usually on Sundays, well, before on Friday nights, we were doing these live podcasts, and my Friday nights got really busy, so I switched to Sunday mornings. But at the end of the day, whenever I do these live podcasts of Sussex Talk, basically what we are doing is that we are having a family chat. We're having a family chat about our faves, and our faves are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan, Has and Meg. All right. We love to have family chats about our favorites. And of course, we love to talk about what's going on in the world of Sussex. Yes, indeed. So welcome, everybody. I see a lot of familiar names in the chat. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for sticking with me. I've been MIA. And you guys know I'm not really consistent with these live podcasts anyway. So thank you for sticking with me, and thank you for supporting me, and thank you for supporting this channel. But most importantly, thank you for supporting Prince Harry and Meghan. All right. So again, the visuals are going to be lacking because I'm not really too sure how to use StreamYard on iPad. So basically, we're just going to talk. And, there is a lot to talk about since I've been gone. There's a lot that's been happening in the world of Sussex. A lot that's been happening. And, some positivity. Basically, positive things have been happening in the world of Sussex. I mean, usually there's always something positive happening in the world of Sussex, right? I mean, we as fans, we kind of tend to dwell on the negativity. But, when you stay off Twitter for a while, and you stay off social media, for a while, you tend to realize that, the majority of the negativity is coming from, unfortunately, the UK. And, you do have some American media outlets that, regurgitate the same negativity, which is very, very disappointing as an American. It's lazy journalism, right? Just very lazy journalism. You're just taking, what the UK press is saying, hook, line, and sinker, like it's the truth, and they are, I should say, just re-reporting it. I'm talking about some of the American media news sites, which is very disappointing. But and I know that you know that I know that you know that the internet is forever. Google is forever, and Netflix will definitely have some say so when it comes to people who used to be actors in their former lives and that starred in pretty successful TV shows. I got kind of tongue-tied there, but you guys know what I'm saying. And we definitely will talk about that later on in this podcast. But again, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning. And like I said, if this is the first time that you're joining us on Sussex Talk and Megan, Duchess of Advocacy World Podcast, we're just going to go ahead and do a disclaimer alert. And this is your disclaimer alert. We here at Megan, Duchess of Advocacy World Podcast, we are fans and we are stans of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, a.k.a. the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. People, there are no fence riders here. We do not do both sides. We don't do both sides. Okay? And if you're the type of person that does both sides, then get out. Just get out. Okay? Leave. Get out. Because we don't do both sides here. And that may sound harsh and that may sound mean, but it is what it is. All right? We don't do both sides. We can't stand royal reporters. And we are not monarchists. We are Meganists. Right? Right. So again, welcome everybody. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get started. So what do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? I'm playing stupid here. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's go ahead and talk about Prince Harry. Am I breaking up? Yeah, let me know if I'm breaking up because again, this is the first time I'm doing this podcast on my iPad. So let's go ahead and talk about Prince Harry. All right. Prince Harry. We all know that he has this lawsuit going on against different UK newspapers and media outlets. And so Prince Harry, we all know he testified in court about phone hacking and illegal information gathering, about him and his life. And basically it's been happening since Prince Harry was a baby, right? But, the main focus was on 1995 through 2011, right? Where, he accused of different UK media outlets like The Sun, who else? The Daily Mail, et cetera, of hacking his phone. Oh, and my bad. What was it? The news group, the UK news group, the Mirror. It's another one, right? Which one was Piggy Morgan, the editor of? Was it the Mirror? I think it was the Mirror. I should be better prepared, but anyway, he's suing all of them. Right. And it's not just Prince Harry. They're making this case all about Prince Harry, but it's other claimants as well. Right. But Prince Harry, he testified, and the majority of accounts are that he did very well on the stand. But anyway, the verdict finally came down, and, Prince Harry's lawsuit against the Sun publisher, it can go to trial. Right? It can go to trial. This case can go to trial. Okay, I see people saying for me to turn up my volume, so that's what I will do. All right, and what I'll do is I will talk louder. How is that? But like I was saying, Prince Harry, the verdict came down about all of his court cases. Well, basically, the court case against the Sun, the Mirror, UK News Group, all of them, right? And the verdict came down. So his lawsuit against the Sun publisher, it can go to trial, right? It can go to trial. He won. Prince Harry won. He can take his case to trial. All right. Now, what the judge did was he threw out the part about the phone hacking. Okay. The part that can go to trial is the part about the illegal gathering of information. Okay. AKA using private investigators, right, to gather illegal information. Well, in illegal means, right, to gather information on Prince Harry. Okay, Prince Harry has already won. He's taken this to trial. Imagine, however you say that word, if he wins. Imagine if he wins. It's going to be huge if he wins this lawsuit. And they know that. Murdoch knows that. He knows if Prince Harry wins this lawsuit, I mean, come on now. Murdoch is already in trouble, right? Here in the United States, he's already in trouble. Okay? I mean, look at Fox. Look at Fox. He just settled a lawsuit, okay, for almost $1 billion. And he's got another lawsuit that he's facing for over $1 billion. Okay? So again, Prince Harry has already won. He's taken this to trial. And it's not unusual. Actually, this is the norm, right? It's the norm. This is the norm. And what I mean by that is that when somebody sues, an agency, or they sue the media, or they sue another person, they sue a business, okay? It's not unusual, and it's actually the norm that there are going to be certain parts of the lawsuit that is thrown out. Right? That's the norm. That is the norm. So part of Prince Harry's lawsuit was thrown out, and that was the phone hacking part. Judge felt there was not enough evidence. However, the judge felt that there was more than enough evidence in regards to the illegal gathering of information on Prince Harry. Remember what I said in a previous podcast, that we don't know everything that's going on in these court hearings. We don't know everything. All right? The judge sees it all. When he goes back into chambers, he sees it all. All right? But so I'm proud of Prince Harry, and I'm proud that he's taken this case forward. All right. Yeah, I know the sound probably isn't good because I'm doing this on my iPad. So I apologize for that, but you guys are just going to have to turn your volumes up because my volume is all the way up. All right. So let me know in the chat what you guys think about Prince Harry's lawsuit. Do you guys think he's going to win? Me personally, I think he's going to win. I think that the Sun is going to try to settle with him, and he's going to be like, oh, hell no. No. I don't think he's going to settle. And then, of course, he's got all of the other lawsuits coming up, right? So Prince Harry, in my opinion, he's in a good place. He's in a really, really, really good place. All right. So I see in the chat that it's somebody's birthday. Whose birthday is it? Happy birthday. Whose birthday? Let me see. Okay, so it's Sharon Augustine's birthday. Well, happy birthday. I hope you are enjoying your day. All right, so, Prince Harry gets it, and a lot of other people get it as well, right? That the media is a very powerful, influential force. I mean, it really is. The media can destroy somebody's life. They can. Look what the media has done to Meghan. I mean, just assassinated her character. And it's just horrible. It's a shame. It's horrible. All right. Yes, happy birthday, Sharon. And I hope you enjoy your day. I do. And it's a beautiful day. All right. So, I really honestly do not want to talk about this clown, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do it and talk about this fool. And you guys all know who I'm talking about, who I'm getting ready to talk about, I should say. All right. Mr. Dan Wooten. And I know you guys have heard it all and heard it all some more. But isn't karma something? Isn't karma something? I always knew that guy was a creep, right? He looks like a creep. He looks like the type of person that would do some shit like that, right? Does he? I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. I know you know what I'm talking about. Right? Mr. Dan Wooten. I mean, he is an alleged sexual predator. And we all knew it. I mean, we all knew there was something grimy about this guy, right? We all knew it. We all knew there was something weird, grimy, obsessive, abusive about this guy. Right? So it's no shock and it's no surprise that all of this noise about Dan Wooten has come out. No surprise to me at all, because he looks like that type of creep, doesn't he? Doesn't he look like that type of creep? He looks like that type of creep. I mean, karma has no favorites. Karma will come back at you tenfold, 100-fold, 100,000-fold, right? And it just sickens me that this guy is still on the air. I can't believe that he is still on the air, but hey, if GB News wants that type of brand and they want that type of person to represent them, hey, if they like it, I love it, right? If they like it, I love it. But I mean, I hope you guys are reading Byline News, the Byline News media outlet, because they were doing a three-year investigation on Mr. Dan Wooten. 3 years. I mean, that's a long time. That's a lot of evidence. And there is no shame in their game when it comes to writing these stories about Dan Wooten and the stuff that he has done. Right? I mean, this guy is on the internet, right? And he's posing as what is it, Martin Branding? He's posing as some character named Martin Branding, right? Approaching his own colleagues and other males, saying that he'll, basically pay them a certain amount of money for penis pics. It's like, wow, right? Like, wow. He's been videotaping people having sex without their knowledge, without their permission. I mean, he's blackmailing people, his own colleagues. And then another story came out that he was actually using the son's money to pay these people, right? So about he was hiring, was it prostitutes, or he was hiring male dancers? I mean, it's just a whole hot mess. It's a hot mess, isn't it? I mean, this man has been using his platform to bully and abuse people for years. He's been on this soapbox for years, bullying people, abusing people, emotionally abusing people, hate targeting people, to the point to where they either want to commit suicide or they have committed suicide. Despicable, disgusting. This man is horrific. He's evil. He's the devil. While he was doing all that behind closed doors, he's sexually, well, I should say allegedly, sexually exploiting people. That's right, Dirty Dan. Dirty Dan. I hope you guys can hear me. I mean, I know the sound is horrible, but this is the first time that I'm using my iPad. I agree, but you know what? Well, I'm gonna put this. Well, let me go back. Dutch Me Not comment says, Dirty Dan, sexual predator, abuser, and cash for sex. Or whoop! While he was doing all that, he was using his soapbox to mentally and emotionally abuse people, and he is still doing it to this day. He's still doing it because GB News is allowing him to do it. You got one of his alleged victims on Twitter right now saying with his whole chest that Dan Wooten raped him. And he's not backing down. But GB News still has this man on their platform. Boy, I tell you. And I believe it all. I believe it all because he looks like that type of creep, right? Doesn't he? Doesn't he look like that type of nasty creeper that would do some best like that? Yeah. And you know what infuriates me is that I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the UK media knew exactly what was going on. They knew exactly what was going on and didn't give two FFs about it. But yet they were quick to jump on what's old boy's name? Philip, was it Schofield? And the other guy, I don't know his name, but there was a BBC presenter. But Jesus, what is going on? What is going on in the UK with these males perpetrating on other males? in regards to UK news presenters, right? But I, as American, I can't talk because we've had lots of high profile um, news anchors who have been accused of sexual harassment, right? Sexual harassment of women. But the difference is that these guys are immediately taken off the air. What does Dan Wooten have on GB News? What does he have? Well, he got dick pics of some of his colleagues. Like, what does he have? Well, supposedly there's an investigation going on. Yeah, okay. We'll see. We'll see. Right, we'll see. I heard that there was a law investigation that had happened already. I don't know if another one is going to happen. I'm not too sure. Those of you who live in the UK, put it in the chat if you know if law enforcement is involved in this investigation. Okay, so thank you, Elaine Parker. How are you doing? Hugh Edwards. Okay, that's the BBC presenter that recently went down. Right now, it's my understanding that was involving a minor. That's horrible. But what Dan Wooten was doing, same thing, horrible. Right? Horrible. Presenting yourself as somebody else, basically being an impersonator on the internet, telling men that you will pay them this amount of money if, they send you a picture of their community peen. And then I also heard that he had been posing as a female as well. Right? So, that's all I can say is, How you doing, Cookies and Cream? So Cookies and Cream says the unruly family's unholy alliance with Dan Wooten, Murdoch, and racist British press need to be plastered all over social media and let it trend for as long as possible. The world need to be informed. It's true. I mean, think about it. You got a sexual predator in the midst. Imagine if you worked at GB News, right? Because we all saw it, right? We all saw how a lot of the news presenters at GB News, they're presenting this united front for Dan Wooten, right? And then, of course, Shrek. I like to call her Shrek. No Neck, Sarah Vine, and there were some other people who worked for the Daily Mail that, are supporting this man. But imagine if you worked for GB News and you didn't support Dan Wooten and you knew for a fact that all of these allegations are true. That is a hostile work environment. Okay? For the simple fact that he's still there. That is a hostile work environment. There could be victims at GB News. Right? Imagine if you were one of his victims working there. The GB News, they appear to be willing to take that chance. So it is what it is with that. Nasty. But y'all want to focus on Prince Harry. Right? When that news hit about Prince Harry and the verdict about his lawsuit and how the lawsuit is going to go forward, but all they wanted to focus on was the part that's not going forward, which is the phone hacking. That mess hit the UK media. Bam! Everybody's reporting about it. All of the mainstream UK media is reporting about that. And of course, they're putting a negative spin on it, right? But when it comes to Dan Wooten, ooh, They are slow to report on it. Very slow to report on it. Well, damn, does Dan Wooten have dick pics on everybody in the UK media that's a male? Like, what's going on? How you doing, Adrian? So, comment, Adrian says, I think Dan Wooten has a lot on William and Kate. I think he's got a lot on William. I don't know about Kate, but he definitely does on William. How was Dan Wooten getting all these exclusives on the Sussexes? How? AKA Jason Knopf, because they went to college together, right? University together, right? AKA Prince William. Prince William was allowing Jason Knopf to give Dan Wooten information about the Sussexes. Okay? Woo! I can't wait. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. But I can't wait for this trial. Girl, I can't wait for this trial to go forward on the Sun. I can't wait. Discovery. I got one word for you. Discovery. Illegal gathering of information. Discovery. Woo, woo, woo. I can't wait till this trial. But yeah, we're going to start seeing the downfall. And we're going to start seeing people turn into rats. What did Joe Pesci say in Goodfellas? Oh, I can't stand his family. His family is, they're all rats. They're all a family full of rats. Remember that scene in Goodfellas? Where Joe Pesci's character shot boy in the foot. And then he actually killed him. And he was like, oh, whatever. His family's full of rats. They're all rats. Well, rat face looking Dan Wooten, trust me. When the stove is too hot and he knows that he's about to get burnt, he gonna turn into a rat. He gonna start dropping dimes. How you doing, Miss Lydia? But he is. He's gonna start dropping dimes. Okay. Yes. Sherry Ware, comment. Discovery is be the death of Rupert Murdoch Power. I'm telling you, Discovery is no joke. For those of you who have dealt with the court system when it comes to lawsuits, I mean, Discovery is no joke because you have to give up all of your information regarding what was court ordered. Okay, the judge will court order what the other side has to present. Right? Remember when Meghan was going through her lawsuit with the Daily Mail and the discovery phase, they were trying to be stupid. Remember that? They wanted information on Kate. What was the other one? Archie. Right? And it had absolutely nothing to do with the lawsuit. And the judge threw that out. The judge was like, no, she doesn't have to hand over any information, on Kate, Archie. There was something else as well. It has to pertain to the lawsuit. Okay. Now, when you talk about somebody suing you for illegal gathering of information, I mean, that's a huge net when it comes to discovery now. That's a huge net. And just think about all of the private investigators. Jesus. I mean, how many private investigators were used? I mean, it was a crazy number. But anyway, like we said, karma is no joke. It's no joke. How are you doing, Thrive and Stride? How are you? Oh, you know what? That's a good point. Reba says the Queen gave Harry evidence too. That's right. The Queen, even though, Lord knows on this channel, I have talked so much mess about the Queen. But one thing I will say is that the Queen loved Harry, right? She loved her grandson, right? So when Prince Harry told Hoda that my grandmother tells me things that she doesn't tell anybody else, that was facts. All right. And they knew that that was facts. The royal family knew that that was facts. And that's why they didn't bother to tell Prince Harry that his grandmother had died before the public knew about it. Okay? Let's see. Hi, Lorna. Lorna says the U.S. private investigator that got Megan's social security number better testify in this UK trial, or Prince Harry will take him to court in the U.S. In the beginning, that man was talking a lot. That particular private investigator, right? He was talking a lot. He was posting a lot of stuff on Twitter, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, he disappeared. Interesting. Oh yeah, how you doing, Miss Jones? Miss Jones says, does everybody notice when white men get caught, they start crying and playing the victim? I almost threw up when I saw Dan trying to play the victim. Right? He was trying to play the victim. I'm surprised that he hasn't said that he's suicidal. Or maybe he has and I've just missed it. What I'm doing now is looking through your guys' comments. Oh, yeah. How you doing, Lottie? So Lottie says, and whatever Elizabeth said to Harry, I hope he has it in writing. If he don't have it, Megan got it. So I just want people to keep in mind, there's a reason why we are getting an influx of all of these sexist rumors. Okay? There's a reason for that. These lawsuits. Okay? I mean, I got all these rumors and all this gossip about the sexists. There's a reason for that. These lawsuits. Okay? And, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Because first they said, the sexists are divorcing. But then they'll say that the sexists are looking for a house together in Miami. It's like, really? Really? Interesting. I don't believe for 1 minute that the sexists are looking for a home in Miami. And then there was another story that I had read where they were looking for a home in Santa Barbara, in a very exclusive area in Santa Barbara. And the residents there are open arms because they don't want the sexists there, because they don't want them to bring all of the, attention in this exclusive neighborhood. All right. Lies on top of lies on top of lies. Then another story came out that the Sussexes are moving to Malibu. Lies on top of lies on top of lies. If they were moving to Malibu, they would have done that in the beginning. They wouldn't have bought a house in Montecito. You know what's crazy to me? I'm going to tell you what's crazy to me. You're claiming that you got Sussex fatigue. You're claiming that don't nobody want to hear about the Sussexes anymore. But yet, you are making up stories about them and writing all of these made up articles about them. It's like they said, right? They create news, right? The media creates news about them. Now, we rarely see Meghan. I mean, and lately we haven't really even seen Prince Harry. You would think that these two are out in public every darn day doing something. Right? It's crazy to me. It's crazy. I mean, the fascination and the obsession and the ownership over the Sussexes, it's wild to me. It's just wild. You know, they're doing these stories obviously because there is a demand in the UK. There's got to be some type of demand in the UK. But you know, when there's a news story about them, I just laugh. I don't even get mad no more. I don't, because it's crazy. It's crazy to me. It is so crazy. But going back to Prince Harry, so this lawsuit is going forward, guys, against the Sun. It's going forward. And this is a huge lawsuit. Trial's supposed to be what, January 2024? And January 2024, oh my goodness, that'll be here before you know it. It really will be. Let's see. I'm looking in the comments. Somebody said something that I absolutely agree with. Hold on. Okay. So Star says, all the Sussexes news is deflection. Remember their statement. No one speaks for them, so can't ignore. Exactly. Facts on top of facts. Exactly. Joan says, plus they get paid a lot of money to write lies about Harry and Meghan. You know, I was thinking the other day that, you know, if you're a quote unquote journalist that works for the Daily Mail, or what's the other one? There's another one that seems to have a huge target on the Sussexes. And I've noticed in the comments that their subscribers or people that, you know, pay attention to this paper are starting to get irritated. Right? Is it the Times? The Times UK? Something like that. Right? They had written some story and it was ridiculous. It was a ridiculous story about Harry and Meghan. Oh. This is the big one, right? The story about Harry and Meghan allegedly asking President Joe Biden if they can get a ride on Air Force One back to the United States after Queen Elizabeth's funeral. Now, one thing I will say, I got to give it up to the American media news sites, right? The majority of them from the jump called BS on that story, right? The majority of them did now. I will say that. And there were even some UK media outlets that called BS on that story because they were like, it doesn't make sense. right? But a lot of people in the American media are like, wait a minute, hold on now. We have, and see, that's what cracks me up about the Daily Mail. It's like y'all just making shit up and don't even care at this point, right? They really seriously, honestly don't care. They don't care how fool they look, right? Because most American citizens realize and understand and know, right, that the White House has a itinerary, right? So we know what our president is up to basically on a daily basis, right? We know what his plans are. Just like it's the same thing should be for King Charles, right? He's head of state. So the UK citizens should know what his itinerary is every day, what he's going to be doing every day. Okay, so, we US citizens, we know what our president's itinerary is every day. We knew when he was going to fly to the UK for Queen Elizabeth's funeral. We knew the day and time that he was going to fly back to the United States. Okay. Number one, Harry and Meghan, they live in California. Right. The president was going to fly to New York. Why in the after Queen Elizabeth's funeral? Why in the hell would Prince Harry and Meghan catch a flight, get on Air Force One, fly to New York, and then fly all the way to California, which is on another coast? That makes no sense. New York is an East Coast. California is West Coast. That's like a 3,000-mile difference. Why would Prince Harry and Meghan do that? Meghan is an American citizen. She done flown from California to New York numerous times. Okay, right? And then how about the White House press, right? The White House Correspondents' Press that travels with the president. Okay? It's like, come on. And then, as many squatties pointed out, that Harry and Meghan didn't even leave the UK the same time that President Joe Biden did, right? I guess they went to after the Queen's funeral, I guess they went to a private ceremony, private burial. So anyway, I was glad to see a lot of American media news outlets just call BS on that story. But like I was saying, the Daily Mail, they're getting to the point where they don't care how dumb they look at this point. They really honestly don't. Because they know that there is a certain demographic that will believe whatever they put out about Harry and Meghan. So they're okay with just telling lies about them. Right. And then, you hear people say, well, how come the White House didn't deny the story? And how come Meghan and Harry didn't deny the story? Why would they? Why would they? If they deny the story, that's like, in a way, validating the story, if that makes any sense. The president has got important things to do. You know what I'm saying? He's got real important, serious things to do. He is the president of the United States. Okay, so I'm glad that they didn't even acknowledge the story. And then, of course, they really went full saying that, what was the story I was reading? Something about Meghan wants to run. I don't understand why they keep on with this stuff about Meghan wanting to get into politics. I mean, it just makes no sense to me personally. But, Meghan wanted to run for the Senate, take Dianne Feinstein's place, and she's been calling the governor of California, and he blocked her number, and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, wow, really? It's crazy. It's crazy. But again, the reason why I'm talking about this mess is because it's a deflection. It's like somebody in the comments said, it's a deflection. It's a deflection. It's a deflection because they know that Harry has got all of these lawsuits against different UK media newspapers. Okay. And it's a deflection. It's a deflection just to make them look bad. They can never have a win. Prince Harry and Meghan can never, ever in life, ever have a win. Okay? They can never have a win. So anyway, I'm back looking in the comments. Okay, so let's see here. Miss Donna. So Miss Donna says the Sussexes stayed in the UK for the mourning for 2 weeks after the funeral, so it makes no sense. Exactly. And they know that. Miss Adrian says Air Force One is not a taxi. Exactly. Yeah, can we just get on Air Force One? Yeah. Okay. But you know who's been on Air Force One before, though? I wish I had the picture. But Meghan has actually been on Air Force One before. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. When she was with, when she was on Suits and she was doing the USO tours, she flew on Air Force One. Bam! How you doing, H Night? Yes, they are. H Night says they are stuck on stupid over there. Absolutely. Oh no. So sorry for your loss, Lily Bell Grant. So sorry for your loss. I'm sending you hugs. He sure does. So Colette says Harry have all the receipts on this one. He sure does. I can't wait for Discovery. How you doing, Susie Q? All right, so there's gonna be a lot of rumors, a lot of innuendos. These articles crack me up when they say if, right? Now they don't gone. They have gone from it's understood to it is thought to be to we understand to now they're saying if the story is true, right? If the story is true, then blah 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 blah. The successes are getting denied by the president of the United States, and the Democratic Party done turned against Meghan. Okay. All right. Moving on. So, of course, when it comes to Meghan, we all know that she had a life pre Prince Harry. Right? We all know that. We all know that, she, California girl, right? College educated, UN woman's spokesperson. Let's see what else about Meghan. Successful actress. And, when it comes to successful actress, right? If you are on a hit TV show, you are a successful actress. You are a successful actor. Okay? You're successful. There's different levels of success in Hollywood, right? You got the mega movie stars like Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Meryl Streep, Julia Roberts, one of my favorites. I love Julia Roberts. Let me tell you something. If Julia Roberts is in a movie, Special K Thoughts is going to watch it. Who's another one? Kate Blanchett. She's another one of my favorite actresses. If she is in a movie, Special K is going to watch it. Okay, those are the Hollywood superstars, right? Jennifer Aniston. I used to like her, but I don't like her no more. Excuse me. Halle Berry, Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, right? Those guys are the, well, they're not all goats, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? They're the A-list, right? Those are the A-listers, right? But then you have working actors, you got working actresses, right? Who appear on hit TV shows. And Suits was a successful TV show. Yes, Suits was on a small cable network, the USA Network, TNT Network. Those are small cable networks, right? They're not like CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox, right? It's a smaller network, but at the end of the day, Suits was a successful TV show. It was on for 9 seasons, people. That's a lot of seasons. It's not like it was on for 1 season or 2 seasons and that's it. It got canceled. Okay, so back to Meghan. So, pre-Prince Harry, Meghan was a successful, productive American citizen that was paying her own bills. She was paying taxes, right? Living her life, it was golden. Not only career-wise was she successful, but she was also engaged in social activism. Okay? She was also engaged in social activism. Bill Maher, I don't have the video clip, but I hope somebody in the Sussex Squad can find it. Bill Maher, he's been talking shit about the Sussexes, right? I don't know if that clown forgot, but even on his show, Meghan was a panelist. He probably forgot. Okay, this was around 2013, 2014, where, Bill Maher, he had his own show. Well, he still has a show, but I don't know the name of it. But the Bill Maher show, I'll just say that. But anyway, Meghan was one of his panelists. For those of you who aren't familiar with Bill Maher, he's a jackass. Never liked the guy, right? He thinks that, he gets a pass of black people just because he dates black women. No, you don't. But, he has this show where he gets different panelists, different people on his show where they talk about politics. Meghan was on his show. Okay, so Meghan was doing her thing pre-Prince Harry. So what I love about what's going on right now with Suits is we all know that Suits is being played on Netflix, right? And my goodness, it's like, wow, right? It's like, whoa, wow. Since Suits has been being played on Netflix, there is this huge resurgence about the show. I mean, it's huge. Huge. I mean, there are people all over the world tuning in to Suits. And it's like, wow, wow, right? I read somewhere where it was like 3.14 billion views in regards to Suits. I mean, that is huge, guys. That is huge. Now, Suits was getting played on, what was it? Prime Amazon, because I was watching it on that. And it was getting played on Peacock. Okay. But the thing about Netflix is Netflix has a bigger audience. Netflix has like a worldwide audience, right? Because if you have a smart TV, you have Netflix. Right? If you have a smart TV, you have Netflix, basically. Right? Of course, you got to pay for it. Of course, you got to pay for the service. But I mean, I'm just saying, if you have a smart TV, you have Netflix. So, since Suits has been is featured on Netflix, you can watch it on Netflix. I mean, there has been this resurgence about this TV show. Okay? And I mean, Netflix is reporting, and the producers of Suits is reporting that there has been over 3 billion views since it's been featured on Netflix. I mean, that is huge, huge. But to bring it back to Megan, what it's proving is the fact that, yes, she starred on a successful TV show. And yes, she was a good actress. Or I should say, yes, she is a good actress. And yes, she is one of the main characters on the show. If you're looking at your screens, if you're on your laptop, your iPad, your cell phone, or whatever, you look on the screen, Megan, you see her in this picture. This is a picture of the main characters on Suits. You got my man Louis Litt. In the beginning, I couldn't stand Louis. I couldn't stand his ass. But he grew on me. Louis Litt grew on me. I don't want to give too much away because I don't know how many people are actually watching Suits. But there is a scene. I don't know what season it is, but there is a scene where Harvey does something to Litt. And I'm telling you, I wanted to jump Harvey's ass. I did. I wanted to jump through the TV. And I wanted to pounce on Harvey. Anyway. And then you got Sarah. Good actress right here. I don't know her name, but she is a good actress. Okay. You got Harvey. You got Mike Ross. Now, I can't stand Mike. I've never liked Mike. I can't stand his punk ass. I didn't like Mike and Rachel together. Sorry, I didn't. I thought Mike was a hypocritical punk. Okay, when he started that self-righteous crap, you know what I'm saying? Acting like he's got this big heart and he's gonna go against the grain and help people and yada yada yada. And when he would say certain things to Rachel, like she was wrong, I would have been like, "Bitch, did you graduate from Harvard?" I would have. Some of that mess that Mike would say to Rachel when they would get into it, my immediate reaction would have been, "Bitch, did you graduate from Harvard?" I'm sorry, I didn't really care for Mike Ross. I just didn't. And then you got Megan, Rachel Zane, right? Paralegal, who went to law school to become a lawyer. And then you got my girl. Whoo! See, I watched Suits in the beginning when it originally came out, right? 2011. I was a diehard fan of Suits when the episode originally dropped on the USA Network. I used to watch it every Wednesday night. I would always have a glass of wine and some popcorn, and I would watch Suits. I'd jump on the couch and watch Suits, and sometimes a really good friend of mine would come over, and we would watch it together. Okay, so I'm a Suits alumni right here. Okay, but Gina Torres, that was my girl. Jessica. Okay, Jessica and her one-liners, classic. Classic one-liners, but Jessica kind of sort of got on my nerves because I didn't understand how she would let this little peon. I didn't understand how she can let this little peon, Mike Ross, almost bring her firm down with his fraudulent, non-graduating Harvard ass. Okay. All right. But how you doing, Kay Castillo? But anyway, back to what I was saying about Suits being on Netflix. There's a whole audience that has never seen Suits before. And a lot of people in that audience believed the British press about Meghan. Okay, that she was a nobody, right? That she wasn't successful, and that she basically hadn't done anything in her life pre-Prince Harry. Okay, they took all of that hook, line, and sinker. They took it as the truth, right? That they bought the British press bullshit. That if it wasn't for the royal family, nobody would know Meghan, right? That Meghan hadn't done anything with her life. Okay, Suits has totally rebuffed that lie. Okay, and you see the comments. The comments are all over the place. Like, I can't believe that's Meghan Markle. Is Rachel Zane Meghan Markle? My God, she's gorgeous. Right? Oh, you know what? She actually is a pretty good actress. Oh, you know what? People are like, wow, she really was on a good hit TV show. Suits is a good show because Suits is a good show now. It is. It's a good show. Okay, but it really has opened people's eyes that Meghan, yes, had a life, had a successful life pre Prince Harry. And what I love is the fact that squatties keep on pounding and keep on reiterating. Y'all may have not known or been aware of Suits, but guess who did? Guess who else used to watch Suits? Skull and Bones, right? I said scroll, but Skull and Bones. They used to watch Suits, right? The airheads used to watch Suits, and they probably used to watch it because of the British connection, right? Right, because of the British partner that was on there. But Suits, it's a great show. Obviously, Meghan was one of the main characters on the show. And not only does it debunk the lies that, Meghan wasn't a successful actress, that Meghan basically was a nobody, but it also debunks the lie about Meghan always denying her African American heritage. Because who played her father on Suits? Wendell Pierce, who is a successful, award-winning African American actor. Okay, we're talking about the Wendell Pierce, who was on the hit TV show The Wire. Who else was on The Wire? That's a successful British actor, Black British actor. You guys know what I'm talking about. He was on The Wire. And I had no idea at that time that he was British. So he does an American accent very well. But anyway, it debunks a lot of lies about Meghan, right? It debunks the lie that she basically was a nobody pre-Prince Harry. And it debunks the lie that she denied her African-American heritage. She's always claimed that she's a white girl. All throughout Suits, she refers, or it comes up, that she's half black, right? So, sexual chocolate. C-Mac said, sexual chocolate himself. What's his name? Is it Idris? What's his last name? What's Idris's last name? If I'm saying his name right. Let me look in the chat. I know somebody got it. Here we go. Idris Elba. Okay. He's so fine, I don't even be knowing his name. I just be like, damn, that brother is fine. Because he is. Louis Litt annoyed you. But you know what, Susan Q? I don't know how far that you have gotten in the series, but they did Louis Litt wrong now. Jessica, she was stringing Louis Litt along. Okay, because he's a good attorney. He is. He is a good attorney. And they weren't doing Louis right. They weren't. You know, in my opinion. Yes, this is another very important point. How you doing, sis? How you doing, VS? All right, so right here. Marshar. This is a very good point. Very important point. Marshar says, yep, Special K. Meghan actually advocated that her character to be shown as a black biracial person and that her character's father to be shown as black. And see, they don't want to believe that. They don't want to believe that, but she did. She thought it was important that side of Rachel Zane be written into the script. One of the producers talks about it. That was her idea. Okay? That was her idea. And you know what's crazy is that there was a lot of backlash against that. When Wendell Pierce debuted on that show, there was a lot of backlash. I remember I was there in real time reading the comments. A lot of, oh, she's half black? Oh, I used to think she was hot. I don't think she's hot anymore. I mean, there was a lot of backlash about that. Okay. I remember reading those comments. Like, why would Suits want to have Rachel Zane's father be black? Like, why? People were really questioning that. People didn't like that. I remember Gina Torres had made a comment about the backlash. She was utterly disgusted about it. Okay, Gina Torres is an Afro-Latina, right? I believe she's Afro-Cuban. And she talks a lot about the racial discrimination that she faced trying to be an actress. Oh, I lost train of thought. Okay, so back to Suits. So the success of Suits on Netflix just has the Derangers and the Meghan haters, has their panties all up in a knot. I mean, some of the comments that I'm reading is just crazy to me. It's wild to me. I mean, they are literally attacking people on Twitter and different social media outlets that post positive things about Suits, that post positive things about Megan being on Suits. And the people that are getting attacked are clapping right back, right? They're clapping right back. They're like, who are these beans and toast MFs all up in my comments hating on Meghan Markle? They're like, so what? You guys can hate on her all you want. I can care less. Right? So it's lovely to see that. It's lovely to see backlash versus clapbacks. Right? Isn't that great to see? Backlash versus clapbacks. So I'm back in the comments again. Yeah, it's true. Black Queen is so true. They don't like Black excellence and power. Their DNA is so vile. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy now. It's crazy. That was what, 2000, maybe 12 or 13. When there was a backlash. There was a backlash against Wendell Pierce playing Megan's father on Suits. There was. And you guys know I do not like to pressure sis into talking about certain subjects. I mean, it's up to her to talk about whatever she wants to talk about. But it would be cool if Megan were to talk about that again. If she were to talk about again the backlash that there was when it was decided that a Black actor would play her father. And the thing about it is that Wendell Pierce, I forgot what his first name was. We all know his last name was Zane, but I forgot what his first name was. But he wasn't on there just playing Rachel Zane's father. He was a powerful, very successful attorney that rivaled Jessica's law firm. Right? He rivaled Harvey. Him and Harvey were rivals. They were rival attorneys. And he actually wanted his daughter to come work for him. And at first, if I remember, she was dead set against it. But I think eventually she did end up working for him. I can't remember. But thank you. His name was Robert Zane. That's right. Robert Zane. He was a tough attorney, and he was a really good attorney. I mean, he would say all the time, you got to stick it to him. But see, Rachel Zane, his daughter, didn't want to be that type of attorney. Right? She didn't want to be ruthless like that. But anyway, back to what I was saying about Suits being on Netflix. I mean, it's a beautiful, wonderful thing to see the success of Suits, the resurgence, the success of that resurgence on Suits. And hey, you never know. They might go ahead and do a season 10. I think they should do it. And I would love for Megan to be on there. I would. Because my thing is, if you're going to do it, if you're going to do a season 10 because of the success of the resurgence on Netflix, then you got to bring back all of the main characters. You got to. You got to bring back the originators. Because remember, Jessica left the show. Remember that. And to be honest, when she left the show, that's when I kind of lost interest in the show. I did, because Jessica was my girl. Okay, so if they have not a resurgence, but if they have a season 10, if they go ahead and decide to do a reunion, you got to bring back all of the main characters. And it's these main characters right here on this screen that they got to bring back. They got to bring all of them back. Okay. And yes, that means that peon Mike Ross, because Mike Ross and Rachel got married. So you got to bring Mike back. But I wouldn't, I'd be happy if they wrote that they went hiking or something. He fell off the cliff and died, and Rachel is single. Oh, I'm a email that to Aaron. I'm a DM Aaron, the creator of the show, because he be on Twitter, and tell him, hey, you guys got to do a season 10, but this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. When it comes to Mike Ross and Rachel, don't bring Mike Ross back. Just bring Rachel Zane back as a widow. Yeah, bring her back as a widow, and write that Mike and Rachel went hiking and he fell off the cliff and died. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna DM Aaron. He's gonna be like, really? I can't stand Mike Ross. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, I am a mess. I know. I need to stop. Yes, I'm telling y'all how I really feel about Mike Ross. Anyway, I mean, he's got a good heart, but he gets my nerves. Rachel could have done better. She could have. She could have done better. Yeah, I hope so. I really hope that they do have a reunion. You know, Lottie says, I wish they would have a reunion where they can bring their children and husband and wives. Yeah. Or like if they do a reunion and Harvey and Sarah got married. No, I take that back. Oh, Jesus, I take that back because it's Scotty. Harvey did Scotty wrong. Again, I don't know how far you guys have gotten into the series or what season you're in, but Harvey did Scotty wrong. That's Abigail Spencer's character. He did Scotty wrong, but that's a good question. Who would you rather have Harvey with, Scotty or Sarah? Ooh, ooh, that's a good question. Now Sarah is a ride or die. She's a ride or die for Harvey. But you know, Harvey did Scotty wrong, and I think Harvey was really in love with Scotty. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Now, sis. VS Speaks Royally says, imagine if they did a reunion and Harry stepped into Mike Ross' role and she runs up to Mike and the camera pans and we see Harry and they start kissing and the camera fades to commercial. I think half of the world would faint if that happened, to be honest. Okay, so it looks like more people would rather see Harvey with Donna. I keep on calling her Sarah. That's her name is Sarah, but the character that she plays is Donna. So H Knight says Harvey and Donna fit better together. Donna knows how to handle him. Yeah, I just wonder if Harvey is really in love with Donna. Because to me, he seemed like he was in love with Scotty. So Marshall likes Harvey with Donna too. Okay. Oh, I got somebody. Okay, I got a Scotty person. All right. I don't know how to say your username. Is it Hidley? Let's see. So Veronica says she likes Harvey with Scotty. Yeah, I liked him with Scotty. I liked Donna. I don't want to give too much away because I don't know how far you guys are into it, but I liked Donna with the British guy, the closer or the fixer. I thought they made a good couple. I'm still reading the chats. So Agnes says, agreed. Meghan exposes all their lies to her abilities and make their lame brain booty princess look like the disaster that she truly is. You know, Kate is just a puppet. She is. She's just a puppet. You know, she's, you know, I'm going to give Kate a little grace here. I know. Stop the presses. Special K Thoughts is giving Kate a little grace. I know. I know you're shocked. I'm going to give her a little grace here. At the end of the day, Kate is doing everything that she's supposed to do. She signed up for that job, so she's doing everything that she's supposed to do, right? She's doing everything that the monarchy tells her to do because she is the future queen. It is what it is with that. It is what it is with that. You know, so my thing is, let Kate be Kate. I only have issues with Kate when it affects Meghan. That's when I have issues with her. Because to me, it's like, bitch, you guys talk about how you guys want to modernize this monarchy, right? But when you see your sister-in-law getting attacked and abused and character assassination, and when they're using you to do that, you need to open your mouth, stand up, and say something about it. That's when I have issues with her. You understand what I'm saying? That's when I have issues with her. Because you guys talk about how you want to modernize this monarchy, and you talk about how you're for women's rights, right? Don't they say Cowchilla is for women's rights and she's for domestic violence and advocating against domestic violence and yada 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 blah 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 blah, right? And you guys are supposed to be a family, royal family, and you see how certain facets in the British press use you, Kate. They use you to torment, brutalize, dehumanize, vilify your sister-in-law on a daily basis, even while she was pregnant. And you didn't say nothing. You didn't open your mouth and say anything. But yet, you're supposed to be an advocate for early childhood development. But you see your sister-in-law who's pregnant, and then even after she has the baby, you still don't say nothing. But you traveling the world with your 5 questions, talking about you're an advocate for early childhood development, and you know that you've got a nephew that is a baby, that is a toddler, whose mother is getting vilified, crucified, dehumanized by the British press, and they're using you to do it, and you don't say nothing. It's like, bitch, please. That's when I have issues with her. You understand what I'm saying? That's when I have issues with her. So it's like she has no brain. It's like she's invisible. It's like she's invisible. All right. So anything else going on in the world of Sussex? We know that Meghan's birthday is coming up. So I'm pretty sure that we're going to start doing some type of fundraising around that. But you know what I'm really looking forward to? The Invictus Games. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's what I am looking forward to, is the Invictus Games. I can't wait. because you see that the teams from different countries all around the world, they are getting ready. Right? They are getting ready for the Invictus Games. The athletes are getting ready. Team USA. Team USA is getting ready. I can't wait. I saw, who was it? Team Germany. They're getting ready. I saw something about Team UK. They're getting ready. Team Canada. Right? They got their chest all out. They pumped. They getting ready for these Invictus Games. So it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. What is that, September? So, our faves are going to be out. They're going to be out front and center in Dusseldorf in Germany. Um, and then, of course, I'm pretty sure that they're going to release the Heart of Invictus on Netflix. So that's going to be huge. That's going to be huge. And I can't wait till that comes out because I know that's going to be good. So, our faves, they've got some things coming down the pike, which is awesome. They've got some good positive things coming down the pike. And it would be horrible. It would just be horrible if certain media news outlets speak nothing but negativity about the Heart of Invictus. It'd just be sad. And it's really more a reflection of them than it is of anybody else. So we're not going to pay attention to that nonsense. But really, guys, that's all I have for today. Sorry for any sound issues. Again, I'm doing this podcast on my iPad, so I don't have a good microphone at all. Please make sure that you hit the thumbs up button. If you are not a subscriber, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, please. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we end this live podcast? I see a lot of comments in there about Kate. Oh my goodness, Miss Donna. Jesus. You guys are more hardcore than I am. Let me see. Where Miss Donna said, I would not care if Kate fell off the face of the earth. She is your queen to be. Miss Lydia says, Kate is complicit. Those nasty looks and eye rolls. A terrible woman. Only one worse is Sophie. Ford Fiesta. I was reading on Twitter some of the comments, and somebody was saying that if it wasn't for Megan, I thought this was a really good comment because I actually agreed because this, I could agreed and related to it, but somebody had posted on Twitter that if it wasn't for Megan marrying into the royal family, they would have not known that Prince Edward and Sophie even existed. Right? When Meghan married into the royal family, that's when I found out who Prince Edward was. I had no idea that Queen Elizabeth had 3 sons. None. I thought it was just Prince Charles, Prince Andrew, and Afro Annie. I promise you. I had no idea that there was a Prince Edward, and I definitely had no idea that he was married and had a wife and kids. Okay, no idea. All right. William's coming to America. Oh, shit. Are you serious? They can't leave us Americans alone. Can you guys leave the Yanks alone? Can you leave us Yanks alone, please? How disrespectful to Canada, though. Right? Canada is in North America. Why don't they take their asses to Canada? It's a Commonwealth country. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this podcast. Thank you for joining me. Again, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, please. Hit the likes up button, thumbs up, I should say, thumbs up button. It's been a while for me. Woo! You can follow Megan, Duchess of Advocacy, on Twitter. Well, you know what? It's not even called Twitter no more. I don't know what the hell it's called. I just see a big black X. I'm not going to really be posting on Twitter that much because I'm not Twitter. I'm sorry. X. Because to me, I liked Twitter because of the little birdie. I'm serious. I mean, I don't know what dumbass is doing, but he's obviously hell bent on destroying Twitter, and it is what it is with that. I'm gonna start posting more on Spoutable. I do have an account there, so if you have a Spoutable account, look me up. Follow me on there as well. Okay, I need to start promoting Spoutable more, but we're on Spoutable, and of course we're on Instagram, and we are on Spotify and Apple Podcast. All right, guys. So you guys ready for our Rebel Yell? Because it's been a while since we've done a Rebel Yell. It's been a while. Hopefully I'll get a new laptop this week. I can't believe my laptop just went out. Like, shit is cheap, okay? Because I haven't had that laptop that long. How long are laptops supposed to last? What? 3 to 5 years? Well, I guess I've had it 4 years. Right? I've had about, well, Special K, yeah. Whatever. Anyway, you guys ready for the Rebel Y'all? You guys ready to put the SS on your chest? I want everybody to enjoy the rest of their day. All of you UK squatties, thank you for joining us. All of the international squatties, thank you for joining us. And you American squatties, I will always have your back, especially those of you from California and South Kakalaki. You guys ready to put the SS on your chest? All right, here we go. Continue to wear the SS on your chest because you know that we are the best. All right, squatties, you guys have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay blessed. Be blessed. Watch Suits. It's on Netflix. And Lord's willing, I will see you guys soon. If you guys want to donate to the channel, I will put a link in this episode. I will have it in the description section. All right? All right, squatties. You guys be safe, and I will see you soon.